In the heart of a city that never sleeps, there lived a king without a name. His kingdom was a maze of forgotten alleyways, his throne a sun-warmed patch on a crumbling brick wall. We'll call him Leo. His fur, the color of autumn leaves, was a testament to his life on the streets, matted, scruffy, but worn with a survivor's pride. His bright green eyes held the wisdom of 1,000 nights spent under the stars, watching the world of humans rush by. Leo's days were a carefully choreographed ballet of survival. He knew the precise moment the baker would discard yesterday's bread, the rhythm of the restaurant's back door swinging open, and the location of every leaky pipe that offered a precious drink. He was a master of shadows, a silent observer who could disappear in the blink of an eye. He had his small joys: the warmth of a car hood on a cold morning, a playful chase with a fallen leaf, the rare gentle scratch behind the ears from a kind stranger who saw not a stray but a soul. But this freedom came at a steep price. Every shadow could hide a rival tomcat. Every passing car was a potential threat, and the cold grip of hunger was a constant, unwelcome companion. One evening, the sky wept a cold, relentless rain. The city lights blurred into long, slick ribbons on the asphalt. Leo was darting across a street, his mind set on the shelter of an overturned dumpster, when his world fractured. A blinding glare of headlights, the horrifying screech of tires fighting a losing battle against the wet road. A sudden, searing impact threw him through the air. Then only darkness, silence, and a pain so immense it stole his breath. When consciousness returned, it brought a new, terrifying reality. His back leg was a source of agonizing, white-hot pain, twisted at an unnatural angle. The world, once his kingdom, was now a landscape of terror. Every sound was a threat, every movement an ordeal. He managed to drag his broken body into the damp, dark space beneath a porch, his safe haven now a prison of suffering. The city's symphony of sounds faded into a dull roar, drowned out by the frantic thumping of his own heart, and the shallow, ragged breaths he took. Days and nights bled into one another in a miserable, feverish haze. The gnawing hunger was unbearable, but the pain of moving was worse. His vibrant green eyes grew dull, his proud spirit beginning to dim. He watched the feet of people passing by, so close yet a world away. He was invisible, a ghost of the alleyways, slowly fading away. Hope, once a flickering ember, was nearly extinguished. It was then, at his lowest ebb, that a pair of worn-out sneakers stopped. They didn't rush past. They hesitated, then turned. A face peered into the darkness under the porch. Leo flinched, expecting a kick or a shout. Instead, a voice, soft and gentle, broke through his fog of pain. "Oh, you poor thing. It's okay. I'm not going to hurt you." A hand, smelling of rain and kindness, reached out slowly. Fear warred with a desperate primal need for help. With the last of his strength, he let out a faint, pitiful meow. Gently he was coaxed out. A warm blanket enveloped him, a shield against the cold and his own terror. He was lifted, and for the first time in what felt like a lifetime, he wasn't fighting, but surrendering to the warmth. The journey was a blur of motion and soft whispers of reassurance. They arrived at a place that smelled clean and strange, the veterinary clinic. Inside, more kind faces and gentle hands examined him. He was terrified, but too weak to struggle. They gave him medicine that dulled the sharp edges of his pain, and he drifted into a deep, healing sleep. When he awoke, his leg was encased in a cast, the broken pieces carefully set. The road to recovery was long. He had to learn to trust, to accept the food offered, to understand that the touch of a hand could mean comfort, not harm. Slowly, painstakingly, the walls he had built around his heart began to crumble. One day, a tentative, rusty purr rumbled in his chest, surprising both him and his rescuer. It was the sound of hope being reborn. Finally, the day came when he left the clinic, not to return to the streets, but to go to a new place. A home. He stepped cautiously into a warm, quiet space, filled with soft carpets and sunlit windows. It was overwhelming. He spent the first day hidden under a sofa, watching, listening. But curiosity and the tantalizing smell of food eventually won. He met the hand that saved him not with fear, but with a gentle headbutt. He explored his new kingdom, a land of soft beds, endless food, and fascinating toys. The scruffy, terrified stray of the alleyways began to disappear. In his place emerged a magnificent cat. His ginger fur, now clean and brushed, shone like polished copper. His green eyes, once clouded with pain, were now bright, clear, and full of affection. He was no longer a king of shadows, but the cherished ruler of a warm lap, a sunbeam on the floor, and a human heart that he had claimed as his own. He had lost his freedom, but he had found a home. And in the quiet moments, curled up and purring, Leo knew he wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. He was at long last safe. He was loved. Thank you for watching Leo's incredible journey. If you were moved by his story, please consider supporting your local animal shelter or rescue organization. They are filled with animals just like Leo, waiting for their own second chance. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more heartwarming stories.